Matte paintings are done in a movie to extend a background that doesn't exist. What we wanted to do on this film was to take that one step farther, so that rather than the matte paintings being two-dimensional elements that get dropped in as backgrounds into the set, we wanted to actually have them be positioned in space. So we're using a technique that goes beyond projecting the matte paintings onto Sykes, which is to actually using paintings projected on pieces of geometry that are dressed within the set, and so they can actually be moved within the set, just as if we had done full CG creations of them.
We actually designed the whole environment as a digital environment. So we had a CG model of all the contours of the environment. Once we had that, we could actually start to look at it on a shot-by-shot basis and say, okay, well, where does the join need to be? What do we need to add on here? We worked very closely with the art department, setting the scene for the whole look. It was very specific. Peter wanted a very specific type of a feel for it. We wanted this almost like a sepia, washed out look, an ugly look that you really wouldn't want to be there at all. It was just a horrible, horrible place.
My role in that was just to do a series of colour studies. So we had a rough idea as to the shots and what part of the environment we might be seeing, and where the massive might be placed, which are these guys here. In this case, they're Numenorians, I believe, with orcs over on this side. So really I was just looking at the overall colour palette. These two here, originally the idea was to have the Mount Doom side to be really quite warm, and the side that the Gondorians and Numenorians were coming from to be slightly cooler, so there was a distinct shift in colour. The brief from Peter is to make it as realistic as possible. There are a lot of matte paintings in these, or will be in these three films, but ideally he doesn't want you to notice any of them.
Mount Doom has this presence throughout the prologue scene where it's there, it's erupting, it's casting this pall of black smoke over the whole environment. Essentially we just did it as a matte painting. It's people working with paintbrushes to create these images.